Ate, nakahanda na ba yung stretcher ko?
Nakahanda na yung ambulansya sa labas.
Magandang umaga po sa lahat. Happy Mother's Day. It is by God's grace. That's my title of my testimony right now, today. When we were young, it was the greatness of certain people that inspired and motivated us to be somebody when we grow up. That person could be your kindergarten teacher, the President of the United States, or your pastor. For me, it was my mother. For me, it was my mother that motivated me to strive harder to be what I wanted to be. She was a simple woman who was tested by faith all her life. From her childhood, she had to work harder than anyone else in order to survive. As the eldest of the family, she had to take care of 7 of her younger siblings. When she got married, after my dad got into a car accident and became disabled, she had to support and take care of me and my 5 brothers and sisters. Despite of these ordeals, she remained strong and never lost hope. At a young age, I could not understand what's going on. I asked God, why? Why my mother need to suffer? What gave her hope and strength? What gave her the reason to go on? It did not become clear to me until I became a believer. Hebrew chapter 5 verse 8 says, Jesus is God's own son, but still he had to suffer before he could learn what it really means to obey. It did not feel that God was there when we were in the midst of hardship, but my mother did. During her hardship, my mother was never alone. God was always with her. It was God's grace that helped my mother fulfill her duties despite the emotional and physical hardship that she went through. When my mother was in coma, I asked God to extend her life in exchange for my singleness. However, God has a different plan for me. He wanted me to experience the greatness of being a mother. When I became a mother, it gave me a motivation to change for the better and exemplify good Christian values to my children. I cannot say that life is easy. I had my share of life's challenges, but I drew inspiration from my mom, her faith, and God's unending grace. I believe that through God's grace, I was given wisdom and strength to keep a happy and God-fearing family. It is by God's grace that I'm able to wake up early in the morning despite lack of sleep, to prepare for the daily needs of my daughters. It is by God's grace that I get to work safely every day despite pressures against time and traffic. It is by God's grace that I'm able to juggle work and family life day in and day out. It is by God's grace that I'm blessed with 2 loving and God-fearing daughters. It is by God's grace that I was able to fill in and do the things that my husband can while he is away from us. It is by God's grace that we were brought here in CCFLA to lead us to Christ-likeness. Thank you, Pastor. And it is by God's grace that I'm standing here today to give honor to our Lord for His loving grace. It is by God's grace that I become what I wanted to be, not as an auditor, nor as an accountant. I am Wilma Salcedo, and I am a mother.
Awesome. Last but not least, we will have another mother.